What's going on, you guys? Today, we are going to talk about, is there really any difference from playing youth football to someone who doesn't play youth football? Now, before we get into this subject, I want to share that I did coach for 5 to 6 years at the high school level. I've been training um, defensive backs now for 6 years, going on 7 years, where I've trained professionals all the way down to youth football. And to really was thinking about this question. And yes, there is slightly some better nuance to guys who do play youth football, but it's not as much as you guys would think. So I remember when I was coming up playing youth football, we were actually taught the fundamentals of the game, taught the rules, how to play. We had some form of IQ of how the game was played and actually our position. Being in high school the last few years and seeing kids come up from youth football, I noticed that they were more talented, but when it came to actually understanding the game and the fundamentals of the game, they had no clue what was going on. And yet they were able to be on the field, but not in the capacity at which they truly could be blossom and truly make a difference right away. These guys would necessarily have to, of course, come in second or third string, and that's if someone was tired or hurt, and there was a significant drop off due to that. Of course, you would have your those guys who were just special, God given, physically talented enough to play, but most of all football players are not like that. You have to develop in a skill set in a position. So these are just something that I've seen. Now, why is this important though? The reason why this is important because if the ultimate goal for these kids and these parents who aspire for their kids to go on to the next level, even play professional, which I had the opportunity to play arena football, so that was a blessing. But the reason why this is so important because of how college football has changed with the transfer portal and giving kids the ability to move around as well as NIL. And one thing with that we have seen so far is that colleges really care about development and what can you do for me now rather than down the line. So why is this so important? One, if you're not being developed at a young age, coming up in youth to high school, by the time you get to college, the coaches, they may feel you have the potential, but they know there's a clock. First of all, these coaches have to produce and win right now. And then with the accessibility of able to get new kids in through the transfer portal where they know kids who have already been college ready, they're in the weight room. They know that kids are able to deal with the grind of playing college football. You have these guys coming in who are able to take in these spots. So, what are you going to do then? Okay. For some, you will go to training. You will go to myself. You will go to a position coach. For others, you'll just think you'll go to the best school. But I'm finding out, even though you go to the best school, that doesn't necessarily mean that you will be developed. Okay. I have trained guys who were at the big name schools when they're four-star recruits, 3-star recruits, and they're being recruited. But still, they know that something is lacking and they want to take their game to the next level. I've talked to college coaches where they said, yeah, I don't necessarily recruit at this big name school due to the fact that they only run one coverage and they're not able to learn these other coverages. Okay. So you would think just because you go to these big schools that, oh, these coaches, they're going to help my son get to the next level. That's not necessarily true. Okay. I coached at Arcadia High School, not this past season, but the year before, 3 years there. The biggest compliment that I had from a player who recently just got a scholarship is as soon as he got on campus, he gave me a call. He said, Coach Ike, we run exactly the same thing that we did in high school. He said the verbiage is different just a little bit, but for the most part, everything that we ran in high school, we run in college. Now that's a testament because not only that, this player who came in as a freshman will be able to contribute because he's able to understand the game of what they're playing, the playbook. He already had the skill set and he's able to contribute right away. These are the things that you're looking for when you want to go to a certain program for your children. So, why is this important for your kids? Yes, for youth football, you do want to understand, you want to get them involved in playing the game of football, but you also want to go somewhere where there's a foundation and teaching them their position or helping them development down the road. It's too often that I see kids who have been playing Pop Warner or youth football and they have been the man, but when they get to high school, it's a completely different game. They're not able to get on the field because they're not understanding. Nobody ever taught them the fundamentals or the basics of any position that they ever played, and they just told them what to do. Now, this might be very controversial, but I believe to play a skill position, you don't always need to be the most athletic nor physically dominant person out there. If you have football IQ, and you understand your responsibilities and you're able to cue in on what the offense or your competition is doing, you're able to play so much faster and think using your mind rather than just your physical abilities. Now, of course, you need physical abilities to play this game, but when you're able to play with your mind as well, you play so much faster. And prime example is Tom Brady. Now you say Coach Ike, he plays quarterback, but at the same time, if I mention this other person, Ed Reed, you cannot bring up any stats of his combine saying he was a physical dominant specimen as far as testing. But he's a Hall of Famer and probably one of the best safeties in an NFL game due to him understanding what the coaches and quarterback wanted to do and using his God-given ability to maximize everything that he had. So I bring to you guys, this is why it's so important to make sure if you want your kids or you as an athlete want to get to that next level, that you are asking these questions when you go to these high school coaches or parents, when you talk to these youth coaches. How are you developing my son in whatever position it is? And we know in youth football, kids, they develop over time and most likely their body changes. But at the same time, how are you teaching my kids the fundamentals which will help them build on as they get older and once they go to the next level? Now, if my child is in high school or going to high school and everybody's recruiting my child, parents, the questions you can ask, how will you develop my kid to get to the next level? What are some things that you have in place? Where do you see my child playing, being the most efficient, and how do you plan on using them? Because I say this a lot of times, based off of your kid's weight, his height, a lot of kids play out of position due to what is best for the team. We had one individual, we was recruiting this kid to come up there. He was going to play safety. The great thing about it, we have been training prior to him coming to the school. He went to a camp and the coaches said, we see you playing free safety. We think that's going to be the best position for you in college. So he came up to the school. We liked what he did. We told him, like, this is the position you're going to play. You're also going to rotate at other positions on the defense at safety, though. to show your versatility and what you can do. He saw the goal. He went on to another school. He actually committed to go play at the high school, and this is his senior year. His senior year, he was told that he was going to play running back, which he did up there, and he was also going to play safety. Due to his size, because of how he looked compared to everybody else, he ended up playing linebacker and running back. He actually got hurt in the middle of the season, and he didn't even play that much. End up not getting a scholarship at all, and things just didn't work out for him school-wise. This is why it's very important, parents, fellas, for you guys to understand your development is key, and it's more important now that coaches in college, unless you stay there, unless coaches really believe in development, which is not a lot because it's all about I need to win now in order to keep my job, or I need to win now in order to move up to the bigger school. Making sure that these coaches are able to develop you to help you be the best athlete you can possibly be, as well as get you to the next level of your dreams. If you guys truly want to help yourself get on the field, if you truly want to get yourself to the next level, I offer you guys, I do training, personal training, and group training. Okay. We also have virtual training. So if you are not able to come in person, this is where you are able to get DB training by me that is virtual at your own time, anywhere, any place. There is no excuses to help you develop your game and to take your game to the next level to wherever you are in the world. Now, or if you are local in the area, you can contact me for private training where we can go over your development and what you need to do in your situation and help you be the best person you can possibly be on and off the field, and to help you reach your goals of playing at the next level or playing professionally. This is Coach Ike. You guys, let's put in the work.